Previously on Cracked.
You killed 2 people in the line of duty last year?
You lost a great asset when she left us.
Well, I'll be around a lot with psych crimes.
Why would McCrae let that happen?
Are you avoiding me?
What? No, we'll talk. You'll keep me in the loop about Aiden's behavior.
Do I have to worry about you?
I'm fine.
Do you trust her?
Yeah, I do.
Leave me alone! Enough, enough, enough! Can't believe you! Malik! Christian! Petro! Where are you? Enough! I'm going! Open up! Let me, my kids are in there!
Sir, I can't let you in. It is against the regulations.
Please,
You're gonna have to leave. I will call the police.
Petro! Christian! Petro! Napait mo ang Petro! Christian! Petro!
I got out of bed today. Swear to God, couldn't see my face. I got out of bed today, just staring at a ghost. Oh, have you seen my ghost? Seen my ghost? Seen my ghost? Oh, have you seen my ghost? Staring at the ground. Na 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 na.
Murder Vic, found this morning. So far, we know she was beaten to death in an alley in Lawrence Heights.
Spray paint the jacket could be a gang tag.
Someone marked the woman as territory.
Well, we're checking her prints for affiliations, but the symbol doesn't match any gang known to us.
Serial killers sometimes get off on leaving signatures. Was she sexually assaulted?
No.
Well, it's a beautiful day to skulk around yet another alley.
Hold that thought, Aiden. I need a word. You failed the show.
Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. Failed the show for what?
Your appointment with Javina Kapoor. Your police association lawyer?
Oh, yeah, no, I had a thing.
And what about your appointment last week?
It was a 2-week thing.
Aiden, your testimony at the coroner's inquest starts tomorrow, and you haven't even met your lawyer. Look, I know you thought this thing was over after SIU cleared you. We all did. But you shot a sick man aboard a school bus last year. And a little boy was...
I know.
This is a hot-button issue. The coroner had no choice but to call an inquest. So far, they've heard from the school board and mental health associations, and tomorrow they're going to hear from you. Homicide can deal with their own homicide. Look, Aiden, you're not on trial here, but you do have to defend yourself.
Got a name on our spray paint woman, Laurelette Beaudry. Single mom, 2 kids. No gang affiliations. Where is everybody?
Aiden's in that meeting with the lawyer.
Oh, the inquest. What a crock of shit.
Tell me about it. People need somebody to blame.
Poppy Wisniewski. Mrs. Novak? Okay, slow down. I can't understand a thing you're saying. Okay, yeah, I'm on my way. No, it's fine. I'll be there soon.
Everything all right?
Yeah, just my neighbor. My old neighbor. I gotta go.
Yeah, get out of here. I'll get the profile started on the victim.
Come in.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for...
Me, you're looking for me. Javina Kapoor. Have a seat. We've got a lot to cover. You're familiar with how inquests work?
Yeah, I get up on the stand, spill my guts, and then get misquoted in the press.
Something like that. The main thing to remember, you're not on trial. You're being called as a witness, not as defendant.
Then why do I need a lawyer?
Because everyone has one. There's gonna be a whole table full of them, representing the school board, the bus company, as well as the Crown Attorney herself. She's probably gonna ask you some pretty tough questions, but as long as you don't lose your cool, you'll be okay.
I'm not worried about it.
Great. Let's go through your testimony.
I don't think so.
I need to know what you're gonna say.
Look, I've been through this with SIU, 3, actually 4 psychiatrists. I think I'm good.
It's great that you're confident, but the jury's gonna be hearing this for the first time. And while they can't find you criminally responsible, their findings can pave the way for civil litigation, charges under the Police Services Act. You could have the case reopened by SIU.
That's why I have a lawyer.
Yes, and I'm just trying to be straight with you.
And let me be straight with you. I'm done with this dance. So you're gonna hear it on the stand along with everyone else. But thank you.
Hey, hi. Sorry, thanks for calling. I'll take care of it.
Damn it!
Dad?
Smidge, what are you doing here?
Dad, this place is a mess. Are you planning on paying any of these bills anytime soon?
Well, you don't live here, and I got enough on my mind without worrying about that.
Mrs. Novak called. She said you were yelling at her kid.
She did, huh? Did she tell you why? Did she say that he was in my house while I was downstairs and he stole my money? She tell you that?
What money?
The emergency money. The emergency money. $1,000. It's gone.
Calm down. Just start at the beginning and tell me what
Where's the
happened.
money?
Calm down. Just
All right.
start
I
at
was
the beginning.
downstairs. I needed $100 because the guys are going out after work. All right? And I came up. I opened your grandmother's old cookie tin. It was empty. So then, I go outside in the porch, and there's the Novak kid. And he's just out there grinning at me.
Wait, why the cookie tin?
Yeah, because that's where I keep the money.
But no, your tackle box. Since I was 6, you've been telling me to stay away from that thing.
Oh my God, it's all here. It's all here. Oh God, I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
You should probably apologize to the Novak.
Yeah. I will. I'm late for work now, so thanks for
Okay.
coming over.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, sweetie. And don't bother locking up.
Okay, I won't.
The thing that concerns me right now is the revised witness list. There's a sergeant on there named Eric Phelan. Worked with Aiden for a while on Team 7. From what I can tell, was not present the day of the school bus shooting.
Then why is he testifying?
I figured I'd ask you.
Well, I know Sergeant Phelan. I don't think he has anything against Aiden.
Okay, there's another name on there, 3rd page.
Me? What do they want to talk to me about?
I don't know, but I don't like it. The Crown Attorney's Marcella Hausman, you know it?
I do.
And you know what she's like towards witnesses. Except I've been there the whole time observing. Seems like she's taking it easy. And now she produces this witness list for Aiden's section that is twice as long as the others, with names on there that don't relate to the incident.
All right, what are you saying, Davina?
Inquests are supposed to be about facts, not blame. But it seems as though they're trying to discredit Aiden in front of the jury. If I were the suspicious type, I would say someone's trying to take Aiden down.
Kids, get out! Drop the weapon! Drop it, sir! Do it now!
Hi, did I miss it?
What are you doing here?
I came to hear your testimony.
What for?
I'm your partner. Where else would I be? Detective Black, they're ready for you.
State your name for the record.
Aiden Alexander Black.
Do you swear that the evidence you will give will be the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
Detective Black,
Can you state your current rank and assignment, please?
Detective assigned to the Psych Crimes and Crisis Division of the Metro Police.
And before that?
Sergeant, Special Weapons Team 7, Tactical Unit.
In your own words, could you describe the incident that took place on May 16th, 2012?
We arrived at the scene at 8:35 a.m. The suspect, Mr. Dominic Laszlo, had killed the bus driver and taken the children hostage. He moved to the rear of the vehicle, picked up a child, held a knife to his throat. A decision was made to enter the vehicle. I engaged the suspect, demanded that he drop his weapon.
Do it now!
He failed to comply. At that time, I determined that I had no choice but to fire my weapon.
Thank you, Detective. Now, can you direct your attention to the screen over here? This is a cell phone video shot during the incident you just described by a student on the bus. I'd like to review it for the jury as Exhibit K.
Proceed.
I just have one more question, Detective. Were you ordered to take the shot that killed Mr. Laszlo and Jacob Beckmeyer?
Mr. Coroner, I object to the phrasing of that question.
My mistake. My mistake. Were you ordered to take the shot that killed Mr. Laszlo, or did you make that decision yourself?
I made that decision myself.
Patrol found Miss Beaudry's purse in a dumpster a couple blocks away. Cleaned out.
Any activity on the credit cards?
Not as of yet.
Robbery doesn't really track with the spray paint.
Yeah, unless you're trying to make it look like a robbery.
Okay, I give. Jesus. Sweet move. Next time, I won't go so easy on you.
Oh, yeah, next time you'll catch me.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Leo, this is my partner. I mean, this is my brother, Darius. This is my partner, Leo.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what'd you call me for? What's up?
Have you seen Dad lately?
No. Why?
I was over there the other day, and he seemed confused. He couldn't remember that he kept his money in the tackle box and was blaming Mrs. Novak's kid for stealing it.
That kid is creepy.
Oh, yeah, I know. But the point is, he couldn't remember where the money was. Okay, and look. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Okay, I was there last week, and he was going on and on about his convertible. He sold that thing 8 years ago.
So what?
Aren't you worried?
Are you serious? This is Dad. He's a cop.
Yeah,
He's got more important things to worry about.
Yeah, look, I know, okay? But I don't know, lately he seems distracted. You haven't noticed anything?
Never.
Doctor, you signed the death certificates for Jacob Beckmeyer and Mr. Laszlo?
I did.
And according to your report, Mr. Laszlo was killed by gunshot and Jacob Beckmeyer stabbed by Mr. Laszlo's knife.
That's correct.
Tell us, Doctor, what is a cadaveric spasm?
It's a rare phenomenon that sometimes occurs in violent deaths. Certain muscle groups in the body, such as the forearms and hands, contract suddenly.
And these contractions, would they be violent enough to cause Mr. Laszlo's knife to penetrate Jacob's throat?
Under the right circumstances, it's possible.
Mr. Laszlo was my patient for 2 years. I diagnosed him with paranoid schizophrenia and depression and prescribed him with a combination of risperidone and bupropion as well as psychotherapy.
Were you aware of his capacity for violence?
From time to time, Mr. Laszlo would resist taking his medication. In those circumstances, he exhibited aggressive tendencies. However, I don't believe he would have harmed those children deliberately.
And what do you mean by that?
Mr. Laszlo had children of his own who were removed from his care following his diagnosis. Whenever he was off his medication, he would drive around, searching for them. I believe that's what he was doing when he boarded the school bus.
Is the witness trying to suggest that Mr. Laszlo wasn't dangerous? He'd already killed the driver of the bus at this point.
I wasn't saying he wasn't dangerous. I was saying that he wouldn't have harmed the children. Mr. Laszlo loved kids. And it is my opinion that if he had not felt threatened by Detective Black pointing a gun at him, Jacob Beckmeyer would be alive today.
Couldn't resist, huh? Well, I hate to disappoint you, but it's not a sight crime. Spray paint came after a bunch of kids thought she was drunk.
Kidding.
I wish. Turns out it was her ex-husband. He tried to make it look like a robbery, bringing him in. How did it go?
It went.
Yeah, so it's done. It's over. Finally put that chapter behind you.
I guess, yeah.
Detective Liat. Oh, yeah, I did call you. I was just wondering if I needed to Actually, you know what? Can I call you back?
Who's that?
Nobody. No you need to worry about. You gonna get that?
Hey, Ridley, what's up? Okay, slow down, slow down. Yeah, I'll be right there. Yeah. What's going on?
Phelan's just been sworn in.
Sergeant Phelan, I realize you're probably confused as to why you're here.
Yes, ma'am. I wasn't there that day, so I'm not sure why I'm here.
Understood. But you did work with Detective Black on several other occasions?
Yes, he was my team leader for the better part of a year.
And I want to ask you about an incident that took place in February of last year. You were called to the Duralis building.
Mr. Coroner, I failed to see the relevance in this line of
Relevance will
questioning.
become clear in a moment.
All right, proceed.
Yes, there were reports of a gunman loose in the building.
And what happened?
Well, we locked down the exits and tracked our suspect to the basement. Once there, we engaged him, and Sergeant Black shot him.
Shot him. Dead. Just 5 months prior to the shooting of Dominic Laszlo on the school bus, Detective Black shot another man in the basement of the Duralis building?
Mr. Coroner, I object.
Ma'am, you have to understand.
Oh, no, I think I understand perfectly. We're here to discover the truth about what happened on that school bus. And the truth is, Mr. Laszlo was shot dead by a police officer with a proven history of violence, and Jacob Beckmeyer died as a result.
This is outrageous. Mr. Coroner, please.
Thank you, you're dismissed.
They can't seriously get away with this.
I'm afraid they can. In theory, the standard of evidence for an inquest is similar to that of a regular trial, but in practice...
It's a free-for-all.
Yeah. If the coroner believes that Aiden's past actions are relevant to the circumstances in Laszlo or Jacob's death, he'll let Hasman introduce anything she wants.
So we'll just have to convince the jury that the Duralis shooting was justified.
Which it was.
Well, you know that, and I know that, but the jury doesn't know that.
Look, the guy was out of control. He just shot up a convenience store. I'm not going to apologize for firing on some guy who had me in his sights.
No, nobody's asking you to. We just need to go over the details of the shooting to make sure it's viewed in the best possible light.
No.
Hasman smells blood. She's gonna be all over you tomorrow.
Tell her to bring it.
Aiden.
I'm serious. You guys want to stay here all night and talk about this? Go ahead. I'm going home.
Can you talk to him?
Don't look at me. You know, there's someone I can talk to. Marcella.
Diane, you know you shouldn't be here.
We've known each other a long time. I have always been straight with you, and I believe you've always repaid the favor. So tell me what the hell's going on. Why are you gunning for my best detective?
Because I'm tired of trigger-happy cops getting a free ride from SIU.
You and I both know that Aiden is a great cop, They got caught in 2 terrible situations.
You tell that to Jacob Beckmeyer's parents.
It wasn't his fault that boy died. Listen, if we lose Aiden, we lose the entire psych crimes unit. The work we're doing is designed to prevent the kinds of incidents that you're talking about.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see what the jury says.
Destroying a man's reputation at a coroner's inquest is a long way to go to jumpstart an anti-cop violence campaign. What are you getting out of this? Promotion? Offers from the private sector?
Diane, my only goal is for cops to stop shooting people. And Aiden Black is a poster boy for reckless endangerment, and I intend to pursue a jury finding that he is responsible for Jacob Beckmeyer's death.
Got it.
Great. Have a good one, Diane. I really appreciate this, Leo.
It's all good. 6 years at St. Stephen's, I've had a bit of experience with this kind of thing.
Morning.
Plus, my grandmother, she had Alzheimer's. Not that that's what it is. I'm just saying from what you told me.
Well, it's okay. Let's go.
She walks into the room. I just about dropped dead. All this beautiful hair, gone.
It was
totally
okay,
gone.
For the last time, it was a pixie cut. It was in at the time. The Matrix, Carrie Ann Moss. It was cool.
You look like a little boy. And it doesn't help that you inherited your mother's figure, straight up and down.
Oh, why are we talking about
Oh, here, I'll go just...
It's all right. I got it.
Dad, seriously, he's my partner.
Leo? Get your stuff. He's gonna get my yearbooks, and we are not sticking around for that. I'm sorry I dragged you all the way out here. What?
I found this in the fridge.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, except for the fact that the jury thinks I'm a cold-blooded killer.
Fine. It's not as bad as you think.
The Crown just added a witness. He's testifying in 10 minutes, which means they had him all along. But they kept him off the list, so I couldn't prepare anything.
Who is it?
Dr. Sean McRae, Chief of Psychiatry, St. Stephen's Hospital.
Thank you.
I thought he was a friend of yours.
Dr. McRae, please tell us why you're here.
I was asked by the Crown Attorney to do a comprehensive review of Detective Black's service record, as well as the findings of the psychiatrists who have evaluated him over the last 12 months. And as somebody who works closely with Detective Black, I've also been perfectly positioned to observe his behavior.
And in light of that review, what is your opinion of Detective Black's mental state?
I believe Detective Black suffers from a combination of both pre-existing and trauma-related conditions, including PTSD, anxiety issues, and antisocial tendencies.
And these conditions were brought on or aggravated by the first shooting incident in the basement of the Doralis building?
Yes, Detective Black was profoundly affected by that shooting, as evidenced by the psychiatric examinations and his subsequent erratic behavior. Detective Black should never have been allowed to return to work without a comprehensive course of treatment.
So in your opinion, at the time of the school bus shooting,
Detective Aiden Black was unfit for duty.
You son of a bitch. Look, it is my job to look out for the welfare of the mentally ill. Given that your partner has a disturbing tendency to shoot them, do you really think that he's the best choice to be the lead detective in a psych crimes unit?
So you destroy his career and mine?
Your partner is profoundly unstable, Dan. I did it out of concern.
Wow. You didn't even blink when you delivered that lie. You really don't care.
Don't be absurd.
How did I miss it? The exploitation, the hypersensitivity to insults, the inability to see anybody's point of view but your
Daniela,
own.
please. You're embarrassing yourself.
You're a narcissist. That's why you did this to Aiden. It's payback, isn't it? Because I left? Because I don't need you and you can't stand it.
And you think that I'm the narcissist.
I should have called.
I wouldn't have answered. Come in. You get your drink? You stay for a drink, Ridley. One drink.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought.
Right?
I don't know why, but I feel the need to apologize for Sean.
You shouldn't.
For what it's worth, I don't agree with his diagnosis. I don't think you meet the full criteria for PTSD, and you're not antisocial. And what else did he say?
That I'm a jerk?
That one I agree with. That went down fast.
I'll wait till you try the second one.
So, I was supposed to go with my boyfriend right after high school, but we even bought Euro tickets.
It's okay. Europe's not going anywhere.
No, it's not that. I just went through a rough patch back then.
Well, whatever it took to get you where you are now, it was worth it.
Okay.
Your turn. Tell me something I'd never suspect.
Caligula asked me to go to Jamaica after the school bus shooting.
I knew that one already.
I never went.
What'd you do instead?
Followed school buses around. I just want to make sure the kids got to school safe, you know?
You just had a flashback, didn't you?
Yeah.
First one in a long time.
No, I have them all the time.
Oh, Nate.
Just get better at hiding them.
I'm so sorry. I should go.
Yeah, I'll call you a cab.
No, it's okay. I can hail one.
Ridley. Glasses.
Right.
Thanks for coming over.
Hey, Smidge, back so soon.
We gotta talk, Dad.
Uh-oh. It's about the haircut crack, right? I'm sorry, sweetie. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
It's not about that. How are you feeling?
I feel great. Why?
Leo found a remote in the fridge.
Ah, is that where it went? All right, come on. Spit it out. It's not gonna keep.
You're slipping. Come on. Don't... You're seeing the signs, too. Don't act like that. Don't get pissed off.
Look, if it wasn't that, then why was the remote in the fridge?
You want to know? I'll tell you. The guys were over watching football. I got up, get some beer. I had the remote in my hand. I accidentally left it behind when I picked up the dip. Any further questions?
You're a cop, Dad. You carry a gun. I had to ask. It's dangerous.
Who else did you tell? You just don't get it, do you? I'm 63 years old. I've got a fat pension. Keeps getting fatter. You don't think the brass are just dying to cut me loose, not to mention all those young punks that want my job? Accusations like this stick to guys like me. False or not.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Well, sorry doesn't cut it. I love you. But from now on, would you please just keep your damn mouth shut?
I call to the stand Inspector Diane Calligra.
Do you swear that the evidence you will give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please be seated.
You ordered 4 psych evaluations for Detective Black following the school bus incident. Why?
I wasn't satisfied with the answers I was getting.
You mean they wouldn't give him a clean slate?
No. I mean the exact opposite. None of these psychiatrists could give me a firm diagnosis about Aiden. And without one, the folks upstairs were getting nervous. I figured I needed a label in order to protect him.
And yet you never got one?
Nope. Eventually, I let Aiden's job performance speak for itself. See, that's the thing that nobody's told you about Aiden. He's a fantastic cop who loves his job. And the fact that he's been through incidents like these, it actually helps him understand the situations he deals with on a daily basis in psych crimes.
Tell me about this new unit, pairing Detective Black with a psychiatrist.
What do you want to know?
Was there any strategy behind it?
I could have paired him with a podiatrist, but I think the results would have been less positive.
Well, did you ever have occasion to consult with Dr. Ridley about Detective Black's behavior?
What do you mean by that exactly?
Well, it's a fairly simple question, Inspector. Did you ever ask Dr. Ridley about Detective Black?
Occasionally.
And what kinds of things would you discuss? You're under oath, Inspector. What kinds of things would Dr. Ridley tell you about Detective Black?
She would keep me apprised of Aiden's state of mind.
And these consultations, were they at your request? Did you ask Dr. Ridley to keep you informed about Detective Black?
Yes.
And she agreed to this?
Aiden, wait!
You're not dismissed yet. Sit down.
Detective Black is the finest officer I know. Nobody cares more.
It's too late, Inspector.
Clegger told me what happened.
Come on in. Come on, the mess.
I can see you're taking it well.
Actually, I'm feeling pretty good. This helps.
Aiden, listen.
Are you seeing someone? Is it serious?
I don't know yet.
Does he treat you good?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. You deserve that.
Aiden, you deserve good things too. You are angry about how things turned out. You're angry at yourself for losing that kid. I get it now, but that does not mean that you can just give up. If you don't stand up for yourself, nobody will.
Please don't. You're right. It's my mess. I gotta clean it up myself. Javita! I want you to get me back on the stand.
That's gonna be tricky. You've already testified.
Just do it.
Okay. I would like to request that Detective Black be recalled.
I think we've heard all we need from that witness.
Ms. Hausman, you yourself pointed out that the purpose of this inquest was to discover the truth. Detective Black's sudden departure during testimony yesterday may have unfairly prejudiced the jury against him. He would like, and I certainly believe he deserves, a chance to explain himself.
This isn't a confession. I'll tell him to write a blog entry.
I don't think it's your call to make anymore.
Hold on here. I've allowed you considerable latitude here, Miss Hausman, which you have used to paint Detective Black in a highly negative light. I am not about to deny the same latitude to the man himself. Call your witness.
You're still sworn in, Detective.
Our first day on patrol, we were called to an apartment where a drugged-up father had tried to drown his little girl. When we got there, she wasn't breathing. She was blue. I didn't think she had a prayer. But then my partner began to give her CPR, and I just sat there and watched as suddenly she gasped for air and her little body spasmed. And he literally brought her back to life. That was a good day. But they're not all like that. Most times we're called into situations that we can't really fix. It's desperate people making desperate decisions. Shut down, ignored by society, they feel like they have nowhere else to turn. And that's when we get to see the worst 5 minutes of somebody's life play out in front of our eyes. That's when cops have to make split-second decisions, life and death decisions, with little or no information. No cop goes into a situation hoping for death as an outcome. And it's the worst thing that can happen because you have to live with it for the rest of your life. I've replayed that incident with your son in my mind 1,000 times. And I've wondered if there was something else I could have done to save him. But that's all I can do is is wonder because there's no amount of second guessing that's gonna bring him back. I did what I thought was right in the moment. I went in to save 34 kids, but one didn't make it. I'm so sorry. I can't begin to imagine your pain.
Hey.
Hey.
How'd that go with your dad?
Oh, it's fine. He told me what happened. It was just a stupid mistake.
Sure about that?
He wasn't always. My dad's been there for me my whole life. You know, from the time I was 5 and my mom died. He did it alone. He raised me and my 4 brothers. And he went out of his way to make sure I felt special. Piano lessons, gymnastics. He took me to buy my first bra, for God's sake. So, the thing is, I'm not prepared to destroy his life just because he left the damn remote in the fridge one time. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
The official coroner's report won't be published for a few weeks, but the jury came back with a unanimous decision. You've been unequivocally absolved of any wrongdoing in Jacob Beckmeyer's death.
You're joking.
No. Congratulations. You should go celebrate.
Yeah. Thanks. I don't think so.
Detective Black?
Hey.